Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. Today is the 3rd of May. It's 11 a.m. Central European. It's a Friday, and it's hopefully going to be a fun stream today. I've put something together which hopefully gives you some hopium. We've had a bit of a dip, a bit of a bad week. I think we could finish the week on a high. So if you are new here, welcome. We are Crypto Warehouse. We stream nearly every day at 11 a.m. We also do some trading streams on a Monday and Wednesday night if we have time. We are on social media in the usual places. We have 125,000 followers in the bottom left-hand corner. If you are new here, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, the love heart. Whatever you have in front of you, make sure you hit it. And the theme of the day is avoid the hawk. Avoid the hawk. You will understand very shortly what that means. So today we are going to go over Biden versus Bitcoin. We've touched on this a couple of times this week already. We're going to go through what the Biden administration has done so far with crypto. We're going to go through JP Morgan, who they are blaming for the dip. We're going to look at Pantera, what they are investing in, the top alts that you should be buying according to these online experts, and I'm going to give you my opinion on whether I agree with them or not, and is XRP dead? All of that, hopefully, within an hour. Remember, if you are in chat, say hello, say good morning. I've got Kishan is here, only you, Hidden Agendas, good morning to you all. The poll of the day is, are we going to hit $60,000 this weekend? So far, it's not been open very long. Yes and no are both 50%. So there's 2 bulls and 2 bears so far voting. Now, let's get on and have a quick look at the markets, see what we think. Market cap is up 2.21 trillion. We're up 2.1%. Volume is down 25%. Dominance 52.9%, and ETH is 18.9%. Now, I've just seen Kabir in chat. Kabir, when did you send me your email? Because you're one of the people who hasn't. Kabir won a prize on Wednesday. I haven't managed to pay him yet. I don't think I've seen your email. I don't think I've seen it. Can you send it again? I've checked my junk folder as well this morning, and I haven't seen anything in there either. So just resend it again. If not, the links to Telegram are also available. You can message me on there as well. So let's get on then. What's Bitcoin doing? 59.3. On the 1st of... You mean the 1st of May? Yeah, just send it me again. I haven't got it. I put a comment on Telegram last night saying that I still owed 2 people, the indicators and the Maneki, and I think you're one of them. So just resend it. I'm glad you're in chat because I was going to ask today. Andy as well. If anybody sees Andy in chat, he has won, but he's not contacted me either. Right, Ethereum then just under $3,000. Bitcoin back over $59,000. So we've had somewhat of a recovery, but we are not out of the woods yet. Now, 24-hour gainers, Arweave is up, Bonk is up, Toncoin is up, Immutable X is up, one of my picks. Pepe is up. Some nice gains today, and I don't think we've got too many losers. No, we don't. I mean, Helium is only down a little bit. Look, it's already up a third for the last 7 days. Casper is down, Gnosis, Sui, ICP is down. Remember, even though we've had somewhat of a recovery, we are still at reasonably cheap prices for some of these coins. And again, the tide will rise and carry everything with it during the bull run, but some will do better than others. So try and back the better coins. That's my advice in this. And sometimes it's luck. A lot of the time it's down to you doing your own research. And there are some good bargains, especially if we go to the 7 days, for example. There's some really good projects down here that are still down huge amounts. Near Protocol, I was buying at $7. I was buying at $6, I bought at $5.90. So my near DCA at the minute is about $6.50. Hopefully that's going to recover. I've got a target of $20 for near. Audi should do well. Who else is down here that's going to be good? Pyth. Again, the issue with Pyth is the token unlock. That's going to be happening hopefully in the next few days, and we can get that out of the way. Now then, let's go through. This is the opening salvo of the show today, and I found this last night and I thought, you know what? This is the best sentence of the week that I have found. The only people that get hurt on a roller coaster are the people who jump off. That is a cracker of a one-liner, and that applies to Bitcoin. If you sell now, you are literally jumping off the roller coaster just as it's about to ascend. Don't do it. Stay on the ride. And the next one, which is my avoid the hawk, is you are the mother hare. And that hawk is BlackRock, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, and it's trying to steal your crypto. And you're there, you're fighting tooth and nail. Don't let the hawk steal your crypto. Avoid the hawk. That's what you need to do. Fight them off. Throw sticks, throw stones, whatever you can do. Get them away from your crypto. Protect your assets at all costs. They will make the market as bearish as they can to get as much of your crypto out of you as possible. Now, obviously, further down the line, 6 months down the line, 9 months down the line, we should be reconsidering where we are, and we should be looking at how to dollar cost average out. So, what I'm saying now, and this goes for any crypto streamer you ever watch, what they say on one day could be totally different to what they say 6 months later. You can't hold them accountable for what they say. And I'm not defending everybody. What I'm saying is we're in a different time now. Interest rates are still high. Inflation's still going up. In 6 months' time, we could have lower inflation, excuse me, lower interest rates. Market is way more bullish. Price targets will change. You have to change with the tide. And a lot of crypto influencers, they get pulled up and they say, you know, Ben, you said 18 months ago that Bitcoin was going to $5,000. Well, that was 18 months ago. It was a year and a half ago. We've had a lot of things happen since then. So take everything in the context of when it is said. Now, Bitcoin has been dropping. Europe's second largest bank, BNP Paribas, has been buying the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF shares. Why? They're not buying it expecting it to go down. So why would you be selling it expecting it to go down? You need to swim with the whales to make as much money as possible. And when the whales come in and start feeding, you want to be in there with them, and you want to be feeding as well. You don't want to be sitting on the outside because you're scared of the whales. You want to swim with the whales. So Bitcoin's market value has rebounded to 59.3. The percentage of the network's available supply in profit is at 84%. So 84% of people who have bought Bitcoin are in profit. There'll only be people who have bought at 70, 72, 74,000. They're the ones which are currently in a loss, but again, over time, this is a very interesting number to watch, and not many people talk about it. It's important to realize that even after these corrections at $59,000, there's 85% of people still in profit. Now, if this number was 46 or 44%, for example, in profit, what you would tend to find is the higher the price goes, the higher the sell pressure goes, because people will be trying to sell to get out. That's what was happening at 69,000 as well, remember. The people that had bought at 69,000 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, they were trying to sell. So they're all gone. So now we have people in profits. And that, for me, is bullish. Next, then, there's a few of these, not too many today, just little snippets. Now, this is Plan B. Now, I noticed something very interesting on Plan B's chart. Now, Plan B, for those of you that don't know, he talks about the stock to flow model, and he predicts that Bitcoin will have an average price of $480,000 in, I think it's 2 years' time. Average price doesn't mean it's going to go to exactly 480,000. It means the average price over that time will. Now, look at the RSI of the last cycles. And just before we enter the red period, what do you see in the blue period? You see a minor correction. It happened in 2013, 2017, 2021. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's just happened in 2023. We are going to see maybe a little bit more downside. Maybe we're going to go back and touch the bull market support band. We're not out of the woods yet. We could still go down to 52,000, but zoom out to the monthlies, zoom out to the annual charts, and you will see that we have a similar, not the same, a similar pattern to previous years. And that pattern is that we have a correction a little bit, we touch the bull market support band, and zoom off we go. And again, don't try and time these things because you'll always get wrecked. There are still people, I imagine, sitting on the sidelines waiting for $20,000 for Bitcoin, and they're just sitting there and they missed their chance. The best thing to do is get in and don't move. You're on the roller coaster, and the best time to be on the roller coaster is as it starts its descent, and we are there. Don't get off the roller coaster now. Now then, the last 3 times the Bitcoin 30-day MVRV dropped below 9% in the last 2 years, the price of Bitcoin surged by 64, 63, and 99% respectively. The BTC 30-day MVRV is currently at minus 11.6%, suggesting it might be time to buy the dip. There we go, a little bit more. Good morning, Bullish Bull. A little bit more of an indicator that we could be on the cusp. Now, being on the cusp does not mean straight up and to the right. It means that potentially over the next 6 months, we are going to go up and to the right. It doesn't mean it's going to happen today or tomorrow. It means it's going to happen soon. That's why I don't want people to worry. I cannot tell you what's going to happen in the future, but I have, based on the history of Bitcoin, a good idea that Bitcoin is going to go into 6 figures in this bull run. Most institutions bought above $50,000. They did indeed. BlackRock, they were the sneaky ones. And what BlackRock did for the majority of 2023, they bought Bitcoin through a trust that they owned. But they bought it through a trust, so the knowledge of them buying Bitcoin wasn't released to the public. And I don't think there's any moral issues to that. You know, they have to do that. If people found out that BlackRock was buying Bitcoin in January last year, then all hell would have broken loose. So I understand why they did it. And they were buying Bitcoin all of last year to build up their war chest for this run. What would be great to see is what BlackRock's average cost is of Bitcoin, because they would have been buying at $20,000, $25,000 as well. So bear that in mind. Institutions have been buying for a long time, but the majority of new institutions, only 2 days ago, BlackRock had a conference where they went through Bitcoin with all of the major institutions. The money takes time to come. Remember what I've said about the ETFs. That is the end of the beginning. The ETF is the end of the beginning. Getting the approval across the line is the end of the beginning. What's next is BlackRock and Goldman Sachs selling these ETFs to all and sundry, whether it be Apple, Google, Microsoft. We all know that Tesla own it. Nvidia, we all know. Also, as well as selling it to companies, they will be selling it to other funds. Other funds will be looking to put 1 to 3% of their assets into Bitcoin. Cumulatively, you are talking hundreds of billions over time. So again, don't get washed out because you think Bitcoin's going to zero. It's not going to go to zero. There are tens of thousands of crypto degens out there that have got buy orders for 20 million Bitcoin at 1 cent. And if you don't believe me, just go and find them. There are buy orders at 1 cent for Bitcoin. And that's because Bitcoin has always been accused of going to zero. And there's plenty of people down there waiting for that. Now, the last point here is Jupiter. I have been a fan of Jupiter since November. I've told you all about it. I've been telling you to have a look at it. It is now based on active wallets, not volume at the minute, but active wallets. Jupiter is the #1 decentralized exchange in the world. It's completely smashed Uniswap. The reason is simple. Solana is quick and it's cheap, and there's liquidity there, and there's meme coins there, and there's NFTs there, and it's where all the fun things happen. Solana isn't fun anymore. Sorry, Ethereum isn't fun anymore. Not compared to Ethereum. Ethereum is struggling with retail, not institutions, but struggling with retail. So it was a matter of time before Jupiter became the #1. Now, what happens when you become #1 is your price follows. And I've been telling you a fair value price for Jupiter at this moment is about $1.50. $2.50 is mega bullish. I think we got to $1.96 at some point. But I think the price today is about $1.04. I'm not going to ever tell you to buy a coin, but I am going to tell you to go and look at Jupiter's metrics because they are off the chart. And if you hold Jupe and you stake Jupe and you vote, you get free tokens like the Zeus tokens that I've got, like the, what other tokens have I got? I've got Sharkify tokens, I've got Zeus tokens, and I've got 2 others on the way. So go and check it out. It's well worth looking at. Now, we are going to move on. We have been talking about that for too long. The BTC ETF pushed price up from 44 to 74. Institutions bought via ETFs at this range. They certainly did. They certainly did. Absolutely. That was the range. Kabir, I have your message. I've got it. Maneki and TradingView giveaway winner. Yeah, I've got it. Right, okay. If that's got your Solana wallet in there and you did win the Maneki, I'll be sending you that after the show. And if you haven't put your Solana wallet address in and you did win the Maneki, send me it again. So Biden versus Bitcoin, what all is at stake? What all is at stake? Okay. Apart from the Bitcoin halving, the 2024 election stands as one of the most anticipated events of the year, despite remarkable progress. You know, this happens every time. Right. Every time AMB Crypto hangs. Just waiting for the stream to catch up again, and then we will be fine. Give me a second. Yeah, I don't know if anybody can hear me, but the stream hangs. Okay, I think we're back. I think we're alive. I do apologize. So, A and B crypto, for some reason, causes the stream to hang. Don't know why. So we don't need to talk about Biden. The article was basically talking about the fact that the Democrats under Biden have done nothing but push crypto down. That's their, for whatever reason, their strategy. Maybe they see it as a threat to crypto. Who knows? Right, I'm just trying to work out how far behind the stream is. Okay, so we're back. Right, okay. Yeah, so basically the Democrats, the party, have been doing nothing but cause friction in crypto. They have been going after crypto companies. We've had the issues with XRP. We've had the issues with Library. We have the issues with the Ethereum Foundation. It's all going off at the moment. And that is a problem for crypto in general. So the article was basically saying that potentially with a new government, there will be a fresher look at crypto, and hopefully that look will push crypto forward. But we are going to skip on because that's just caused everything to crash. So the crypto market sell-off was driven by retail investors. JP Morgan says crypto markets have seen significant profit taking in recent weeks, with retail investors playing a bigger role than institutions, the report said. Wall Street giant JP Morgan said it's keeping its cautious stance on crypto markets in the near term due to a lack of positive catalysts and because the retail impulse is disappearing. The bank notes that retail investors sold both crypto and equity assets in April, and spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds have seen outflows. We know about that. Crypto markets have seen significant profit-taking in recent weeks. Bitcoin fell 16% in April, the biggest monthly decline since June 2022. But don't forget, we ran up very quickly. We probably got a little bit ahead of ourselves, especially the alts. So it wasn't a bad thing to have a breather. And that's what we've had. And hopefully it will turn out to be nothing more than a breather. Investors sold US-based Bitcoin ETFs at the fastest pace ever on Wednesday. The 11 ETFs saw cumulative outflows of 563 million, the largest since they started in January. Analysts of the futures market suggest a more limited position reduction by other institutional investors outside quantitative funds and CTAs. Now, again, profit taking is fine. Profit taking does not damage the underlying prospects of a coin. We've seen it many times in the last 6 months on this channel. We've looked at Blazell, we've looked at the run-up of ICP, we've looked at the run-up of NEAR, we've looked at the run-up of the AI coins, where they enter price discovery and they go from 30-40 cents to $2.40. Look at Dog with Hat. Dog with Hat went to somewhere in the region of $4.20. That's not only price discovery, it's an excessively high market cap, 5 billion, 5.2 billion. If you don't take profits, then you're left holding the bag of all-time highs. All-time highs can very occasionally keep going, but look at where the price and the market cap have gone to in what space of time, and say to yourself, we're at a $5 billion market cap for Dog with Hat. We're at $2.70 for AI coins. They never seem to stop going up. If you think that that's the case, that's the time to take profits, because they'll retrace, and taking profits is part of being in crypto. The only assets that you probably shouldn't take profits in are the major ones, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin. They're the ones you should be holding on to because they've got a higher market cap. They don't tend to move over the very near term at massive rates. 6 or 7%, yes, but Dog with Hat moves 30-40% in a day. The fetch tokens were going up 20%, 15%, huge gains. It's not a bad thing to take profits. So given that it's a profit take, what you will find is an equilibrium for a time between the buyers and the sellers, as you'd expect. Do we think the profit taking is finished? That is a very good question. Let me very quickly bring up the chart then. So we're at 59.4. I did say yesterday that I was hoping we would get up towards 59,000, and we did, thankfully. Now, where is the next line for us to get above? Well, for me, we need to get above 60,666. That's where I think we need to get to. If we're going to break back, if you look at the range that we were in, if I move this further down so you can see, we've been in this range, and this range had support at this price, and then we broke it. So for me, there are people talking about getting above 59.7, I know that, but for me, 60,666 gets us back into this range for me, and that's where I think we need to be looking at. Before we even think about getting back to 67,000 and 71,000, we need to get back in this range. Because the Wyckoff, as we've said yesterday, the Wyckoff, we don't know where the bottom of the Wyckoff range is. Now, some people have said it's here, and that's the move. Others have said it's from down here. In that case, was that wick down the completion of the move before we move back up? Or do we go down here? Do we dump down to 51,000? Is that the bottom of the Wyckoff distribution range? I don't know the answer, but the longer we hold on to this period of time, the more it potentially looks like this is a move. And again, you can look at the RSI. The RSI is very low. Last time the RSI was this low was over here, and what did we do then? We moved up and to the right. So could we see a similar move up and to the right? Again, yesterday I was 60% certain that we were going to go up and to the right. Today I'm probably 75% certain we're going to move up and to the right. I think we may have found a bottom, and the bottom was here. But again, we need to get back into the range. Look at this volume area here. Look at that volume area there. That's, oops, 1 second. That's where we need to be getting back into. At the minute, we're stuck at that node there. So we've got to get back above 60,000 to get into that range. That's all really on Bitcoin. I know we talk about it nearly every day, but we are moving in the right direction, hopefully now. Now, we're going to move on because, as always, we have a lot to get through and we don't want to labour one particular point. And I might even get the stream done before 12 today. You never know. You never know. We do try and get it all done in a day. So Pantera Capital invests in Ton blockchain, looking to capitalize on Telegram users. So I'm not a fan of the Ton blockchain. I think I've made my case quite clear. I'm not a huge fan of it, but again, I am never going to be 100% right on everything. I could be completely wrong on it. I just don't see the tokenomics for me right now with Telegram and Ton. Telegram is huge. It's got hundreds of millions of users. I get that bit. But the Ton blockchain is a separate entity, as it has to be. And I just think there's litigation further down the line with the SEC coming for this. So Pantera Capital has invested in the open network Ton blockchain. Ton has the capacity to introduce crypto to the masses, according to the venture firm. So they've got $5 billion worth of assets under management, and I imagine they've put a small chunk of that into Ton. We believe Ton has the capacity to introduce crypto to the masses because it is used extensively within the Telegram network. Ton is a layer 1 blockchain initially designed by the messaging platform Telegram and continued by the open source community. It was because, of course, as we said the other day, the SEC were going to sue them, and they said you can't launch the token yourself, because that, as far as we can see, is a security. So Telegram split off, created the TON Foundation or whatever it was called, and allowed them to create the token, but it's fully integrated into Telegram. Just because it says on paper it's a third party, I don't believe that's enough separation for me. It's a little bit like Dogecoin. Dogecoin existed outside of X for a very long time. So when Dogecoin is potentially introduced into Twitter and X, they're two different companies, and X is using Doge as a tipping feature. TON was created by Telegram. It would have stayed within the Telegram group had the SEC not warned them, and they created a third party. But to see that third party then used solely by TON, that's really my issue. And yes, the ecosystem can expand, they can get layer 2s, I get all of that. But for now, I think they're too closely associated, and the risk for me is too high. So Telegram recently implemented the plan that allowed users to purchase in-platform ads with TON. Given Telegram's massive reach of 900 million monthly active users and over 1 trillion views in channels every month, TON can potentially bring mass adoption of crypto, according to Pantera. Now, of course, I'm not going to read any more of this. This is great news for TON. This is great news for the holders of TON. The only caveat I have at the back of my mind is, at what point is the SEC going to say enough is enough and come after them and say you are using a third-party company solely for the benefit of your product, and at that point go after Telegram for having unregistered securities? And that's the risk. That's the risk for me at the moment. In the future, if TON has a burgeoning ecosystem with its own NFT platform, DeFi, it's got stable coins, it's got all that kind of stuff going on, then you'd argue the case that it's not directly correlated to Telegram. But at the minute, I feel that it is. And if you look at the price action as well, the price action is incredibly high. For my liking, it's incredibly high. Kabir, the month of May, I feel Bitcoin will get stuck below 50,000. Below 50,000, that's a possibility. I don't know though. I don't know if it'll spend a month under there. Maybe it will dip because, of course, the bull market support band is at 55. So if we do go below, and like you say, we get trapped under the ice, and if we, the thing is, the issue is that you have the summer lull. And I said this the other day, July and August, tumbleweeds, nothing goes on in crypto. So if we are not above 60,000, 62,000, 64,000 by the end of, say, June, we're going to be stuck until October, November, in my opinion. So that's my issue with all of this, is we need to make a move in the next 6 weeks, 7 weeks. We need to make a move and then have the summer lull. Right, so my issue with buying TON is this. On the 4th of March, which was precisely 4 weeks ago, it was $2.55. We went up to $7.26. So it 3x'd in... Oh no, that wasn't 3 weeks, that was 2 months, sorry. In 5 weeks, it 3x'd. And it did a beautiful job. I mean, this is beautiful. Fib. What's the word? Honouring the fib levels, if you like. And we've come down, as you would expect. And look where we've come down to. It's beautiful, this. Absolutely beautiful. That is the nicest chart. Every level, not telegraphed as such, but every level respected. Now, we came down to this zone here. Why did we find this level here? Because that's probably where we spent the most time. And now we're back on here. Now, two things are going to happen with TON. And given the news from Pantera, which has probably caused this recent spike, I could probably see this going back up to this level here, which is about 617, 625. That's the next level. And what I would like to see, just to have some kind of like history moving into the future, is something like this, where the price comes up and then finds support at 545 and then comes back up and breaks up. That would be a nice move. So that would be 1, 2, 3. That would be my move now for TON. So TON potentially is going to go up. What's that? That's about 15% move, maybe 15% move up. I can't quite see. Anyway, I think it's about a 15% move. I can see for TON. It's carried it quite nicely. Again, when these newer coins go into price discovery, the worst time to buy this coin is there. It's the worst time, because I don't know what percentage of people are holding in that range, but I imagine it's quite considerable. So when the sell-off has happened, you can see that this is now an area where you could argue that's the accumulation zone for TON. So anywhere between 488 and 550, say 545, that's an area to pick up your TON right there. Now, again, we might see, if it's a pump and dump, we might see what happened to the pump and dump and it come down here, bounce and come down. But I don't see it with TON. The press is behind it. The VCs are behind it. Look at the projects that venture capitalists are invested in. Solana, it's pumping. TON, it's pumping. Avalanche, pumped. Look at the coins where there's no VC involvement. XRP, Cardano, BNB. They're not pumping. So is there a correlation between these pumps in VC-backed projects and the press doing good pieces on them? Yes. Is there a correlation between the press doing hit pieces on coins where there's no VCs involved? Yes. So what you should be doing is not chasing the tornadoes. You should be looking for the coins that are not in the media spotlight, because they're not in the media spotlight because VCs are buying the media to promote their coins, and it's not costing them a lot. If you look at the value of TON now, what is it? Is it at 20 billion, 18 billion market cap? Let's go and have a quick look. I think it's about 11th now, isn't it? Something like that. 9th. So it's 18 billion market cap. Now, if they do 4 or 5 articles through Cointelegraph, Forbes, you name it, if they run 4 or 5 positive press pieces and that costs them $20,000 and that moves the price of TON by, let's say, 5%, a 5% move adds 90, is it 90? 5%? Yeah, 90 million will be added to the price of TON. So that's why I'm a little bit worried about some of these coins that are ripping up. I just don't see the value yet to that coin. Is it worth 18 billion? In my opinion, no. I don't think it's worth 18 billion. Potentially, it could be, but I don't think it's worth it right now. And where is it going to go? It's already ranked 9th. It's already got an 18 billion market cap. Where is it going to go in the near future? That's the issue. Okay, right, next. Top analyst predicts hidden altcoin bull market. Stock up on these altcoins now. Now, I love these articles because they're normally full of coins you've heard of and then 1 or 2 coins you've never heard of and I've never heard of, and they use it to promote their coins. So what I mean by that is, you'll see an article on Medium and it will say, buy these 3 coins now to make massive gains. And you think, oh, I'll go and read that. And the coins will be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Panda Bear Doge. And you're like, what's Panda Bear Doge? And then you go and look at Panda Bear Doge and you think, oh, it's a meme coin. Oh, I'll put $20 or $30 into it. But it's a marketing piece. They're not genuine articles. I'm going to sneeze, I think. 1 second. Excuse me, I hope that didn't deafen you. So I'm going to go through this and we will have a little giggle if we see a coin that nobody's ever heard of, because that's what this article will be potentially covering up. So then, let's go through. Now, Michael van der Pop, we've had him on here before. Not had him on the show, but we've had his articles on the show before. And he is fairly sensible, and I actually like a lot of his advice. A lot of his price targets are very good. A lot of his coin picks are very good. Now, I haven't read these coins, so this is a live review of them, if you like, because sometimes I don't go through every article before we go live because I want to do it on the stream. And I don't want to have fake anger or fake despair at an article. I'd rather do it on stream. So is altcoin season looming? Well, what happens when Bitcoin has a little breather is the altcoins pick up and they try and catch up a little bit. So again, it's like the old saying that I have on here. When the big dog moves forward, it moves forward a lot quicker because all of the little dogs are on leads. So the dog will move forward 10 paces and then sit down for a breather. And then all the little puppies will follow 3 or 4 days later. So when Bitcoin has this period of time where it's had a bit of a retracement and now hopefully we have a few days where we stay at this level, the alts will then pump up and that brings the Bitcoin dominance down a little bit. Then when Bitcoin's finished having its little breather, it will rip again. And then the alts won't move for a little while. And then again, when Bitcoin has a breather, they'll follow. So could we have an alt season? No, we're not going to have an alt season. Alt season is too big a word for it. An alt season for me is a sustained rally over a period of a month or so. And I don't see us having that because we had that from October all the way to January. If you look at all the major alts, they all ripped pretty much all the way up. I mean, with the odd exception like Matic and Cardano, even Cardano was up 50%, 60% at one point. Oh no, it was actually 150% at one point. So don't expect it to be a huge rally, but I do think the alts will reclaim some of their losses. So Bitcoin's dominance is at 50%. Altcoins have taken a harder hit, as they normally do. Tough times call for strategy. So Vanderpop advises a careful approach. So he thinks that Bitcoin and Ethereum are still priced lower than what they could be worth. I think so. So let's look for the hidden gems. What does Vanderpop say that he believes are hidden gems? So the first one is Near Protocol. I think he's talking about Solana as well, but we know about Solana. So Solana, definitely. Near Protocol. Now, again, for those of you that have been watching, you know I've been dollar cost averaging into Near Protocol over the last week and a bit. So Near Protocol, I totally agree with that one. Although it's showing good signs. And I think the problem with Near is that their CEO came out and said, we've got some massive news. We're just not telling you what it is yet. When that massive news comes out, it's going to rip. And I don't know what it will rip to before you ask, but my target is about $20 in the near term for Near. Chainlink, again, we talk about Chainlink on here all the time. It's at its lowest point in the cycle. What are we at Chainlink now? What's the price of Chainlink? Because Chainlink for me is still a steal. I still think Chainlink will hit $100 in this cycle because it's one of the major coins for me. So Chainlink is at 13, let's call it $14. He predicts that a potential for an almost 100% move on Chainlink. And I'm not going to click on them because it will break the stream again. So he thinks Near, Solana, Chainlink, and I think I totally agree with those. Solana, Near, and Chainlink for me are 3 massive coins to hold. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to hold some of those coins. Maybe Near Protocol, maybe that's of the 3, the one that you wouldn't hold as much of because it has pumped an awful lot. It was at $2.40, $2.50 a couple of months ago. It's now at $6.50. So I can understand maybe not wanting to get into Near Protocol, but Chainlink is a no-brainer. Chainlink is a behemoth. It is the Oracle. It is the RWA. It is the project, and it's not sexy, which is why I like to talk about it. So Chainlink and Solana and Near, absolutely nail on the head there for me from Michael Vanderpop. And we, I believe it or not, are going to have a look at a chart. I don't know if I've got the Near Protocol chart or I've got the Chainlink chart, but we'll go and have a look. How is the poll doing? So $60,000 this weekend. Yes, 36%. No, 64%. If you haven't voted, vote in chat. And don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. So where are we with NEAR? We're at 622. Now, I am going to make sure that you know where I have been buying this project. I bought NEAR at... Where did I buy NEAR? I bought NEAR about there. And about there. And about there. So just so you know, that's where I bought my NEAR. So I have made 2 trades under the current price, 1 trade above the current price. So my average is probably close to the current price it is now. Why did I buy this coin? Because I like the fact that it has... It took me a long time to decide to get into NEAR because it's the market leader in AI, based on AI coins. It was an AI project before it became a blockchain project, but it had already run up to about $6 or $7 billion. I thought it might be too high. However, it did start to retrace. So for me, NEAR is a potential unicorn. Very much like ASI coin will be a unicorn, in my opinion. Chainlink will be a unicorn. And I think NEAR, depending on the news that comes out, is going to rip. And if you look at what it's done, it's had a nice movement. It's swept down here. It's had its breakout. Its local high is $9. It's then put in lower highs and lower lows, which is never nice to see. So we've kind of gone in that direction with NEAR. That looks an awful lot like a dog. Anyway, so I think we could be looking up. I'm not going to be selling my NEAR until we are a lot higher than we are now, which means I'm probably going to be holding it. But staking of NEAR is paying about 10% as well. So if you hold NEAR, stake it for a while and get that extra 10% yield on it, keep the price. Oh, sorry, no, keep your... keep the amount of NEAR that you have from degrading by the emissions and staking it. That's what I would do. So for me, I think this is a great price to get it. Anything below $5 would be fantastic. If we come back down here, for example, and we break below the bull market support band, I would be looking at picking it up anywhere in this range. I don't think we're going to see $2, $3, but if we do come down to about $4, that would be a cracking price. Remember, you're not going to get you're not going to time the bottom of everything. If I was going to time the bottom of this coin, that would have been the time there. Now, that is probably half an hour. That wick there is probably half an hour where it went to 4.30. Now, you can miss that. I missed the IMX. IMX dropped about 30%, 20% in an hour. I had a shower and completely missed it. So you're never going to catch that. So you need to dollar cost average in and, catch every price. So you might catch it here, you might catch it there, you might catch it there, you might catch it there. But at some point, you're going to end up with a price that does that. And it's going to be below, hopefully below, where the price will go in the future. But I'm expecting big things from NEAR. Have a look at it. Have a look at the project. It's a good project. Don't forget about Fetch, Singularity, and Ocean as well in the AI sphere. They're also 3 very decent projects. Now, we're going to move on to look at XRP. I think I'm actually doing 4 charts today. I think I've got the XRP chart to look at as well. So let's go and have a quick look. Is XRP going to lead the crypto market reversal? Unexpected reversal says yes. But is XRP dead? That's the comment. So why have I made that comment and why this article looks bullish? We will get onto that in a minute. XRP might become stronger than many think this recovery. That is the key. So XRP, Cardano, Matic haven't been doing anything. That's the key. When they don't move, you see these influencers telling you that they're moving out of XRP. XRP is finished. Cardano is finished. Matic is finished. Now, they may be right. There's a 25-35% chance that they are right, but not when you see what XRP is going to do in the future. So recent trading activity suggests XRP might be gearing up for a reversal on the market. The asset recently exhibited a significant bounce, pushing its price close to 57 cents. This rebound was backed by a substantial increase in trading volume, hinting at growing interest from buyers and potentially setting the stage. Now, there is a rumour, and it's nothing more than that right now. There is a rumour that the SEC XRP case is going to come to a close. The SEC, I believe, want somewhere in the region of 2 or 3 billion or 900 million, an outrageous amount of money in fines to be paid. XRP have offered, I believe, 20 or 30 million. So there's a long way to go between the two. But if they settle on a $200 or $300 million fine, then all bets are off on XRP in the near term. And the reason is, I keep saying this, XRP is not going to be bought by anybody of a large net worth or an institution until there is no legal case hanging over it. Nobody in their right mind would buy a coin that is currently in court with the SEC. Now, it's a smaller risk now than it was in July when the first part of the court case was finished. XRP has been proven not to be a security on secondary markets. We know all of that. That's the 90% of the risk gone. This is only 10%. There's nothing really to happen now other than the fine to be paid. But the issue is, large institutions have risk departments. Those risk departments are very clearly going to say, you are not allowed to buy XRP because of this court case overhanging it. Ethereum could very well see the same problem in the near future. The SEC have been in touch with Ethereum. That could end badly. It's not going to get its ETF in May, and it's going to go to court. So that could drag on for another year. XRP should be coming out of this negative phase of its price action imminently. And by imminently, I mean May, June, July. We should see the end of it. So the price movement shows it's outpacing other assets. This progression is critical as it reflects on the strength the asset possesses, while the rest of the market clearly struggles. Analysing the chart further, XRP's price action finds robust support at 50 cents, a level from which it's managed to rebound. On the upside, the resistance levels to watch are 52, 57. If it can breach 52 cent level, it could attempt the challenge the higher resistance at 60 cents. Let's go and have a look at that then. Now again, full disclosure, I hold XRP. I never liked XRP. I think I was more of a purist 4 or 5 years ago than I am today. And the reason is that XRP is centralized. It's not truly a blockchain in the same view as Bitcoin, for example, or Ethereum was. But 4 years, 5 years down the line from me not buying XRP, I now appreciate it for what it is. If it's going to work with the banking industry, cross-border payments, CBDCs, it can't be decentralized. It has to have a central point. So I get the value case of XRP, and I did buy XRP. I bought XRP in January 2023. So I bought XRP somewhere around there. So that would have been about 36 cents. Now, as the article quite rightly points out, 52 cents is resistance for XRP. Now, two things to bear in mind. We have this trend line, which has been going on forever and a day. We also have the bull market support band at 57 cents. So this 52 cents, it means nothing. I'm not going to burst into Vienna, but it doesn't mean anything to me. 57 cents is the key. When a coin falls below the bull market support band, as Kabir mentioned before, it's like being trapped under a sheet of ice and it can't break out. Look at what happened. And then we came off our trend line and we rocketed up. Then it's used as support It's used as support. Then we've had the recent drama, or whatever you want to call it. We've cracked all the way down. Where did we go to? We hit our fib level at 46 cents beautifully. Then we've recovered. But where did we recover to? We came up and hit this fib level. Now, I said quite a few weeks ago, what's going to happen when the trend line and the bull market support band meet? Is there going to be any kind of price action? Well, there was, because we're way below it when we got to it. So I think 57 cents for me is the key. Now, this might sound crazy, but I wouldn't buy XRP at 52 cents today. I would wait for it to break 57 cents. If it breaks 57 cents, then I can see it going to 62 cents and then up to 64 cents. So I could see the trajectory. Let me draw it as a line rather than circles. If we come up and we bounce down, we could get rejected and come back down to here. But if we come up and we break it, we're likely to do this kind of movement. Like that. That's possibly what I would like to see from XRP. Then what will happen here is this support band should start to do this. And that support band should start to follow us up. So I don't think, like I said, I'm not certain that we've seen the absolute bottom for Bitcoin yet. I'm not certain. It's a Friday. We've got Grayscale still selling off. If they dump another 300 or 400 million today, it will depress the market, you know, and maybe this is a short-term bounce. Maybe we do this today and we have the weekend to be sad and look at our navels, then fine. If Grayscale doesn't sell today, that gives the other ETFs an opportunity to buy. If the market sees Bitcoin on the rise, we go to 56.7, 59.6, 59.8. If we start to touch 60,000, then I expect a short-term rally for the alts over the weekend. But again, Bitcoin's got to get back above 60,600. It's got to get back in the range. Then we can talk about 62, 64, and then 74 is the target. That's the all-time high. We've got to break that to start moving up. And XRP will be a lot higher when Bitcoin decides that it's had its rest and it wants to move up. And I think that's going to be a good price to fight at, 64 cents. That's a 30% move up from where we are now, roughly 25% move up. So XRP for me is healthy as long as Bitcoin doesn't dump. Near protocol is looking healthy as long as Bitcoin doesn't dump. Everything has to be premised with Bitcoin. And this is what is interesting when you listen to other streamers, they say, you know, Bonk's going to do a 75% move up over the next 2 or 3 days. It will do if Bitcoin doesn't dump. And that should be the sentence at the bottom of every stream. Bitcoin takes out the market. It's all gone. It's all going down. And we're not that clear yet. I mean, we haven't really. We've recovered a touch, but we haven't really, if you look at where we've come from, we haven't really had much of a bounce, have we? That's not much of a bounce. We shouldn't really be celebrating. Let's move in a bit so you can see. We shouldn't really be celebrating until we're back up to this range here. And then we can feel a little bit safer when we're in this zone here. So we need to do this first. This could be seen as a relief bounce before we move even lower. We could do that. 56 is on the cards. As I said before, so is 52. 56 and 52. But you know, even a dead cat bounces. So let's just hang on, see where we're going to go, see what's going to happen today when the market's open in about 4 hours, 3 hours time, and then take it from there. But 59.6 is a good price. 60,666, that's where I want us to be. If we get there, I will be delighted. but we've got a long way to go. And again, let's see what's going to happen with Grayscale. At some point, they're going to cut their fees. At some point, they've got their mini ETF coming out with lower fees. There's a lot of good news coming out of Grayscale, but at the minute, they're the sole reason why Bitcoin is being trashed on a daily basis. It's not the sole reason Bitcoin is down. It's the sole reason why we're not moving up at the rate we would move up if it didn't exist, because they're just dumping the market. So I think it is exactly 12 o'clock. We've got to the end of the stream. Let me have a look, one last look at the poll. Again, 2/3 of people think we are not going to get to 60,000 this weekend. Bearing in mind, 60,000 is only $430 away. So you are some miserable, bearish meanies. We're only $400 away. I would have votes on here with $2,000 and $4,000 moves. And we had 80-90% of people saying, oh yeah, we're going to go to that. But no, we're $400 away from 60,000. And the majority of you think we're going to go down. Incredible. Anyway, that's enough from me. I am back tomorrow with the Boy Wonder. The Oracle is back with me tomorrow. I don't think we're going to the office tomorrow because tomorrow we have a live stream and we also have a project review, a sponsored project review. We're going to be looking at Doge Mob, I believe. It's in the calendar. So make sure to go and find that. And that's it pretty much. Don't forget, if you're new here, please give us a follow. We've just gone over 5,000 on one platform. We've just gone over 100 and odd thousand on another platform. We've gone over to 1,500 on another platform. So we're hitting all of our goals that we're trying to get to. And that is 200,000 fans by the end of the year. And that's across everywhere we stream. That's the goal. So if you can help us by giving us a follow, it doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free for you to follow us. And it helps us out tremendously. And the final thought of the day is, avoid the hawk. You are the hare. You are the hare, and your crypto is your assets. I'm going to bring it up one last time before I go, just so people have some idea of what I am ranting on about. I'm going to make the video about Blender. I just haven't had enough time. So this is a mother hare protecting its babies from the hawk, except it's not a mother and its babies. It is you protecting your crypto. And that hawk, that's the financial institutions. That's BlackRock, that's Goldman Sachs, that's HSBC, that's BNB Paribas. They're trying to steal your crypto off you. Don't let them get hold of your crypto. Fight them off. Be the mother hare. And that is my final comment of the day. Until tomorrow, have a great day. I am going to make a video, Reza, about Blender. I'm also going to send Kabir his Maneki that he won. If he won Maneki, I don't know what he won. I'll have to check. And don't forget, if you haven't claimed and you don't message me by the end of Sunday, then the unclaimed prizes will be given away next week. So if you win a prize on one of our shows, normally we do them on Wednesday nights. If you win a prize and you don't contact me, and I give you all the details to contact me, if you don't, then we give those prizes to somebody else the following week. So that's just a warning. I think 80% of people have claimed the indicators, and if we take into account Kabir, I think 75% of people have claimed the Maneki. So make sure you claim if you win. We don't do them every week. It's once or twice a month that we do them because we need time. So with all that being said, be the mother hare, protect your crypto, and I will see you in the morning. Take care, Reza, Kabir, Kishan, all the OGs that are in chat. Have a great weekend if you don't watch tomorrow.